Alright, welcome to the 9th and final part of the Neopets the Darkest Faerie any % speedrun tutorial. If you are catching this as your first of these videos, please make sure that you start with part 1, otherwise the stuff I'm going to be showing you won't really make any sense. Now, in the previous video we covered finishing up Act 3 by doing some shenanigans in Marital Castle. In this video we're going to be finishing off the game, so we're going to be doing all of Act 4 as well as the final boss fight. Now, when you load into Act 4, you'll load into this big room, and it can be a little disorienting. Now, what I would recommend doing as soon as you get in here is turn the camera behind you, and you should see a save point behind you on this side. I highly, highly recommend making a save here, regardless of whether or not you're using the hack pack, because these next couple of strats will be really helpful to be able to practice. Now, when you load in, and assuming that you're facing this door, you want to head up and to the right this way, okay? So we're going to swap to Tor, because we're going to be using Tor for pretty much the rest of the run until the very end. And I'm actually going to equip the light mode and pre-select to the fire mode, because we have to do a puzzle involving moats here soon, so I want to make sure I have these selected in advance. That will help with menuing a bit later. The other way that you know which way to go is you want to go the opposite direction of the save point. So, facing the door, or opposite direction of the save point, you head this way, okay? Now, if you have the hack pack, you can make a save a bit closer here to make this a bit more convenient. So, this is where we want to be, this ledge right here. We're going to start by doing a jump into the ledge grab in order to get a lower gravity. And once you're standing here, what I like to do is take a sword swing and then pause and equip the cloak. And then you can continue swinging, and when you swing your sword, it will actually put you a specific distance away from the ledge. And what we're trying to do is avoid a straight ledge fly straight through the air, because if it's a perfect straight level ledge fly, it will crash the game. But if we distance ourselves from the ledge by swiping our sword, it will guarantee a lower angle ledge fly, which will make us hit the floor and avoid a crash. Okay, so just do a regular old ledge fly here, so circle back X. You didn't want to do it for some reason. So do the attack here, circle back X, there we go, and you can see he angles himself right towards the floor there. So, again, if you want to practice that, make sure that you make a save there, because I can't find a way to get back in bounds after you do this part. But what you want to do from here is start to look down. You'll see this hexagon here. That is the elevator that you can normally access after saving the rest of the parts of Altador. So hold down L2 and just run towards it, and you'll just fall straight into it. And then we'll just sit through this cutscene here. Now, it's important to note that we're going to be doing another ledge fly here. And if you fail this ledge fly and fall into the pit, it game overs you. So when you're doing your first couple of runs, make sure that you actually go and save at the save point. Because it will allow you to continue your run should you mess up, and you really don't want to like lose a run as a beginner speedrunner of this game to something like that happening. It's very unproductive for your progress and growth in this game, right? Excuse me. Now, once we're down the elevator, we're just gonna head out the tunnel. Excuse me. Went down the windpipe. Okay, and then as we do this, we're gonna head to the right and towards this ledge. And then we're gonna kind of walk off it and fall off, okay? So what we're gonna be doing is a ledge fly, and I'm angling towards a specific seam in this rock wall, okay? So I'm aiming kind of towards where this X is, where that kind of line in the brick is. And what our goal is to ledge fly kind of into the tunnel from out of bounds, and there's a little bit of floor that extends past it. And if you angle your ledge fly this way, it will allow you to reach that floor from out of bounds, okay? So do the thing where you fall off the ledge by slow walking and then pick yourself back up. We want a straight angle ledge fly here. Then once you have it set up, just do the same old circle back X, circle back X. And then you should get a straight angle ledge fly, and you'll eventually land on this, okay? So run forward till you get towards the end of sort of the platform. And underneath us is where we want to go. So what I'm going to do is jump out into the left and then back over to the right, okay? And it'll look something like this. So like that. And then we fall straight into the puzzle, and that puts us right towards the end of Act 4. Now, in this next puzzle bit, this is mostly movement and menuing. So I would start out by learning this bit without using a Mirka Speed Potion, and as you get more comfortable, try using the Mirka Speed Potion. Now normally, when you have the moat menu quick select open, you can normally not attack because the circle button is designated to equipping and de-equipping your moat, correct? But you can hit R2 in order to do like the magic attack, and if you just immediately let go, it does a normal swing, okay? So we're gonna keep the menu open, holding down R1, and then we're gonna hit this first one, and then we can swap over to the moats and do our menuing while we're running. So it goes to fire next, then we equip wind, and unfortunately the save file does not have the darkness moat. So if you're missing one of the moats, what you do is you hit the respective panel, and then you jump into the moat and it'll give you an extra one. So go ahead and go from shadow to water, shadow, or water to earth, and then you want to get your Nova Moat ready as you're making your way to the leaf pedestal, and then as soon as you hit it, equip on circle and square. Just like that. So that way we put the... you can use either the Nova or the Supernova for this. It does not matter. Okay? Just make sure that by the end of the run you have at least some of your Nova Moat left over. Because it's very important for the Darkest Faerie fight. Alright, so once you've done that, just jump into here. And it'll take you in. And then once you load back in here, there's going to be a cutscene behind you, so just hold L2 and strafe behind you. Mash through this, and then we're just going to go to the center of that platform. And that's basically Act 4. So now we're going to go into the final boss here. So yeah, the ledge flies there literally save hours. It's pretty incredible stuff. But now that we're done here, just go run ahead straight into here, straight into this cutscene. The Darkest Faerie fight is really simple. All you need to do is at the start, run up to the Darkest Faerie, and she'll push you back. Then you want to walk backwards a little bit, turn around and shield, and then 1, 2. You want to do a full 3-hit combo, and repeat this a couple of times. You want to make sure that you face your back to her so that she is less likely to spawn minions. If you have your shield up, she's probably just going to send a minion your way. And then what you do is you go over to the right, hit her a couple of times, and then walk up to her. If you do it quickly enough, you'll do it before she spawns in any enemies, and you're good to go. Okay? So that's the fight. It's very, very straightforward. Luckily, at the end of a bit of a technical run, you've got a really easy boss fight. So don't sweat that at all, okay? It's relatively straightforward. And then, once you're here with any leftover speed potions you got, just make your way to the other side. And then, once you start to see the screen fade, hold L2. And then, as soon as the screen fades, start holding back. That'll move you a little bit during the cutscene. Alright. Now, in the speedrun for this game, time will end as soon as the screen starts to fade into the cutscene. So that's when we lose control of our characters. So as we approach, you'll see that Roberta will kind of just continue running or stop responding to our control. That's when we call time. All right, so I run in, time. So you see it start to fade. That's when we call time. It's the first frame where we start to see that fade out. And there you have it. You have successfully done a full speedrun's worth of Neopets the Darkest Faerie. I hope this tutorial series has been helpful for you. If you have any further questions about some of the stuff or want to try some of the more advanced strats, let me know, and I'd either be happy to sit down with you or make a more specific video on a specific route or set of strats. Without further ado, or I guess in closing, I'll just briefly mention that make sure you join our speedrunning Discord. I have it linked in the YouTube description of all of these videos. And on top of that, if you go to the speedrun.com page underneath resources, I have a set of blank splits that you can use for this specific route. So you can use that and just import that right into LiveSplit and you should be good to go. It has no prior data in it otherwise, other than it just has some split names in there for you. With that said, thank you so much for watching all these if you have so far. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We're more than happy to help. Alright. Good luck in your quest to learn this run. I hope it goes well for you. And thank you so much for deciding to be a part of our community. We're really looking forward to having you. Alright, take it easy.